Greetings. I want to show you something that has come to my attention. Back in 2013, I had a discussion with someone called Christian Prince. He's an author of a book called The Deception of Allah. He went on one of the shows of some African-centered people, and he said that in the Quran it talks about black slaves, and he used the word abid. Now, to have a look at this discussion, you can do a search and type my name, Shakandugu Kemet, and then the date, you can put this year, and here you can see the first result says intense debate, undercover Mohammedan practicing Taqi. I will show you the full title, but it was uploaded by this account called Message of Love, also by an account called Lion, that's the third result, and then by an account called God is Love. So they are on their job. When that individual said what he said live on air during a radio broadcast, I mean the video to the passage, because he gave the passage and showed that nowhere did it say black slave, it only said slave. Then a conversation ensued, and he ended up being very disrespectful. But the funny thing is that he accused me of being a Muslim, and that was back in 2013. Just have a look there. And I was in disagreement because intense debate, undercover Mohammedan practicing Taqiyya, Christian Prince versus Shakandugu Kemet, 2013. I have uploaded the video of our exchange, and mind you, that video was added on January 12, 2020. That discussion is from 2013. So 7 years later, that was added. Okay, hold on, just a moment. Bonjour madame. Bonjour. En fait, vous étiez à 90% quand j'ai arrêté là pour charger ma voiture. Vous disiez que c'était suffisant. Qui l'avait arrêté? Non, pas la dernière fois, non, aujourd'hui. Ah non, mais là, c'est pas moi. Ah, c'est pas vous? Ah, d'accord. Vous partez dans combien de temps? Bah, dès que ma compagne revient, on va partir. Je vais attendre derrière. D'accord, ok. And yes. Hold on. I can't even remember how it works for the comments. But anyway, 7 years later, that person still feels the need to entertain the idea that I am an undercover Muslim practicing Taqiyya. Taqiyya is a principle where a Muslim can lie if his life is in danger, or if his life or safety is at risk, so he can lie. He will not be held accountable for that. And I find it very strange, because if back in 2013 anyone suspected that I was a Muslim, 7 years later, isn't it clear that I am not a Muslim, I am not a Christian, I am not a Jew, Hebrew, Israelite? So that's really ridiculous of that individual who is a Christian Prince groupie. Now, Christian Prince is anonymous. That's his choice, because, well, he has reasons for that. But I want to go over some things that were claimed. So the number one thing, that title is false. The accusation is false. So that's falsehood from the gate. Black slaves, intense audio debate between Christian Prince and a Mohammedan who denied being a Muslim. So I'm being labeled as a black slave, and that's coming from a Christian. That's coming from a Christian, because I don't agree with whatever they're talking about, I'm being labeled a black slave. The debate gets heated up halfway through as Shakandugu, who is an undercover Abdul. Now, Abdul, for those who don't know, there's the name Abdallah or Abdullah. Abid, that's slave. ABD, the consonant root. So when he says undercover Abdul, he means that I'm a slave. Abdallah means slave of Allah, or some people would say servant of Allah. Okay? The Bomb 2000 has joined us. Welcome to you. So, points from the video. Shaka insists, number one, Shaka insists that he doesn't believe in the Quran or the Bible, yet he defends the Quran while attacking the Bible and refuses to say that Muhammad is a false prophet. So because I refuse to say that Muhammad is a false prophet, then it means that, hold on. Well, I am attacking the Bible because I mentioned the curse of Ham. And one thing, brothers and sisters, you should never dance your enemy's dance or your opponent's dance. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let people make you say things. You say what you feel like saying. That guy, Christian Prince, the author of the book, The Deception of Allah, is very simple. He gave a Quranic passage. He gave a Quranic verse. He claimed that he said black slaves in that Quranic verse. I showed the book, the Quran, the video is there. I showed that it doesn't say black slave, he says slave, period. Instead of that dude, Christian Prince, having integrity and admitting that he was wrong, that he made a mistake, he went all the way disrespecting me, calling me names, and claiming that I am an undercover Muslim. See how far that went. That video has 5,000 views. It was uploaded 2 months ago. Is that the behavior of a Christian? Number two, he insists that Christianity is racist, but the only evidence he provides is from the Talmud, a book that no Christian believes in. Now, for the record, I quoted the curse of Ham, and I have an article about that. Anybody is free to go on a search engine and type in curse of Ham, because it is clear with the offsprings of Ham that we are talking about a black population. And to go further, people can read the Talmud, because who will be in a better position than to explain the religion than those people themselves, who are the root or the origin of this religion? It's okay for them to say that they don't believe in the Talmud, but the Bible itself is clear. But then again, the article is there. Anybody can go on the search engine and type in the curse of Ham, Afrostyly, Afrostyly, and you will see. Now, number three says he distorts and twists the curse of Canaan to make it about racism, even though the Bible says that generational curses were temporary. Okay, all right. So it's temporary there. When he said curse be Canaan, it's temporary then. Adam and Eve, that was temporary, I guess. I guess at some point they could go back to the Garden of Eden. Not permanent. The curse was about punishing a son for dishonoring and humiliating his father. For dishonoring and humiliating his father. So according to the story, Canaan, Noah got drunk. Canaan saw his father's nakedness. So that's dishonoring and humiliating your father. Your father is drunk. You enter a room. You see your father naked. Then you have dishonored and humiliated your father. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Number 4, I will skip because I want to show you a few comments. Okay, number 6, that's interesting. He insists that there are no original manuscripts of the Bible, even though the Bible is better preserved than any ancient document on earth. That's the kind of thing, brothers and sisters, that I've been warning you about. Making plain statements, bold statements that cannot be substantiated. The Bible is better preserved than any ancient document on earth. Where this dude here Message of love. If you see this video, show me the original of the Bible. You just said publicly that it is better preserved than any ancient document on earth. Well, I have news for you. Ancient documents on earth, we have originals in museums around the world. I have yet to see an original for the Bible anywhere. So show and prove now. Number 8, when all these arguments against Christianity fail and he is exposed as an undercover Muslim, Shaka resorts to senseless quibbling over irrelevant issues as a distraction, demanding to see Christian Prince's face and whining incessantly about respect. Oh, yes, I want respect. Who doesn't like respect? You groupies might love to be disrespected by him or anybody else. I'm not about that. So, message of love. Would you have the integrity to address the Quran passage that Christian Prince read and mistranslated? He said that he says black slave. He doesn't say that in that passage. That's the only thing I was saying. So I will go through a few comments, but one hold on. How do I do? But Unc left a message. There it is. But Unc wrote, he must haven't seen the Temple of Teti. The Temple of Teti, that's pyramid text. 2000 BCE, 4,000 years old. But anyway. There was one comment that I really want you to see. Now, okay, there's 59 answers there. I will not go to this one. This guy put no wonder these Abduls on call nowadays. Okay. This person wrote, it's very hard to win a fight from the devil. Shh, baby. They always have an answer because they lie to cover up their false cult. Now, wow, Abduls are very upset today by CP. Anthony Harris, what's up? So all through, those Christians refer to Muslims as Abduls. That's their way of calling them slaves. No wonder they are also anonymous. But there's an interpretation about the curse of Ham or curse of Canaan that I want you to see. Oh, this is nice. I've read this one also. How can you have a copy? I read that yesterday, by the way. Anthony Harris wrote, when me and you gonna do a show together, bro? I'll be live streaming this evening. So it will be, I don't know if it will be 8 or 9 p.m. French time. So, or do you mean on your show? Do you mean on your account? Let me know. Now, Francis P. wrote, how can you have a copy? Shh. Hold on. Because, right. How can you have a copy unless you have the original? It had to come from somewhere, even if you have a copy of a copy. You can trace the original. Conduct your own research. So basically, the logic is that there has to be an original. So if today I write a story and I say that Donald Trump is an alien, he comes from the moon, he was born on the moon, he lived on Mars, he lived on Jupiter, and then he came to Earth, and this is coming from some original writing, I don't have to provide the original writing because it had to come from somewhere. That's a whack logic. And there's one so-called linguist who had that same logic, who said that the Hebrews in Kemet, all this story had to exist because they wrote the text. That was the logic back then. But anyway, but there's really this hold on, this interpretation of the curse of Ham that I want you to see. Now this one wrote, they love to be slaves and be told what to do. Shaka, the Allah slaves, love to be a slave all his life. So I love to be a slave. This Shaka man is a fool. He just wants to listen to what he wants to hear. But your Christian prince is there lying to the world. So this one wrote, now the avatar is a black person, but anybody can come with an avatar, you know. That idiot is hopeless Ghanaian man. They're always forcing themselves in anything they are into. Suffering from inferiority complex they can never accept. They know nothing. What if I was from Ghana? What difference would it make? No. Okay, it's too warm. Oh, as a matter of fact, I will do that do not disturb thing. Anyways. Shaka nonsense idiot failed in every point of his argue. Okay, so lie is all good for you. The dude lied, but it's all good. Okay, hold on. This guy wrote, never seen fools in my life. Very annoying African guy. It's better he worships Shaka, his god. A very annoying African guy. That reminds me of some Pan-Africans, some African-centered people. There it is. That's the one I wanted you to see. This person, Deuce Volt, wrote, CP, that stands for Christian Prince. Brother, what Ham did was had sexual intercourse with his mother, Noah's wife. This is proven with the statement, saw the nakedness of his father. Look in the book of Leviticus under the laws against sexual immorality, I think chapter 17. Just guessing on the chapter, but look it up. To have sex with one's own mother is to uncover the nakedness of your father. For one to have sex with one's own father will be to uncover the nakedness of your mother. This is why Ham was cursed. He had sex with Noah's wife. Asiatic black man has joined us. Anthony Harris wrote, yours or mine, it don't matter. Well, what about this evening? So further, that message says, Africanist World has joined us. Hotep to you. To have sex with one's mother is to uncover the nakedness of your father. For one to have sex with one's own father is, okay, will be to uncover the nakedness of your mother. This is why Ham was cursed. He had sex with Noah's wife, Ham's own mother, and then told his brothers about it. Ham's brothers then went and told Noah what Ham had done, and in doing so, they covered the nakedness of their father. Anthony Harris wrote, yeah, this evening is cool. And Africanist World wrote Hotep, thumbs up family. So here you had that interpretation. And as a matter of fact, you know what? Okay, I will leave the title this way. That's just for the record. How long has it been now? It's been 20 minutes. But this is just to show you at what length some people will go just because they made a mistake. In the first place, the dude quoted the Quran. And I just pointed out that what he said was not accurate. But instead of admitting it, he went all the way. And 7 years later, one of his groupie is still butthurt about his idol lying and being unable to admit that he made a mistake. Asiatic Black Man 19 wrote, Curse of Ham is a false Ashkenazi assertion. It's warm as hell here.
Heru, which words have been variously translated.
So I have a little bit of time on my hand, brothers and sisters. If you have any statements to make, feel free. Well, you know what? I might as well leave it there. This way will not be a long video for this dude. But that Christian Prince groupie, if you have integrity, then you can holler at me. I will not call you names and disrespect you like Christian Prince did with me. Have some integrity. You're a bad look for Christians. If you represent a group or an or religion, you should try to be as fair as possible. And lying is not being fair. And calling people slaves just because they don't agree with you. And as a matter of fact, calling someone slave because he showed that there was an error made, that's lacking integrity. It's whack, in other words. But damn it, 7 years, I will have to be the greatest undercover Muslim in the world. Can you picture a Muslim pretending not to be a Muslim for 7 years? That's ridiculous. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I will be live streaming this evening, either 8 or 9 p.m. France time. So join us. And if you have Christian friends, Muslim friends, Jews, Hebrews, Israelite friends, they are welcome to join us on the discussion. Everybody's welcome, except anti-black and anti-African people. I'm not real cool with those people. All right? So stay safe for now. Stay healthy, and I will definitely holler back at you later.